Hey guys, so I took a couple of trades today. Well, more than a couple, but there are two that I really wanted to show why I took these trades, and they were pretty easy once you had your chart marked up to let just come to you. The first one especially. The first one was a short position on the euro pound, um, and I took it. So we're on a 4-hour chart here. So you can see that I've got my support and resistance plotted from a ways back. I've got my supply and demand drawn out, and I was approaching pretty aggressively this one supply zone here that really had me interested. And then on top of that, there was a good resistance level right in the dead center of that supply zone. Um, Additionally, on the 4-hour, we had a trend line that had started to form itself. It hadn't touched and made its third touch and gone on to be a very strong trend line, but I still like to keep them on my chart. So you can see that we touched the trend line, broke the trend line, and then what's it going to do? It's going to come back and retest the trend line. So if we zoom in right at that level when, it's getting close, it's getting in, it peaks into this supply zone here. I'm looking for that level of resistance, and my stochastic has already turned, so the momentum's going down. So what I would do from here, I dropped into the 1 hour, and almost to the tick, it spikes into our supply zone, touches our support level, touches our broken trend line, and then from there on out, it's down. So I grabbed a trade that was actually above this. See, I think I had two. I think I had two positions on at once. Let's see. Yeah, so I had 79.35 and 79.60. So one was more of a short term at the money, and one was a pretty deep in the money. So I had a daily position at 79.60, and that one was well above the stochastic, or I'm sorry, the supply zone. So I felt very safe with that. And then one was in anticipation that it was going to make a move down. So you can see that netted me about $645 minus commissions, with one trade. But um, more importantly, where were my positions and why did I take them? So 79.60 and 79.35. So if we zoom back out, let's just get a better view so that I can plot. So I have my strike plotted already. So when I zoomed in on my other chart, I couldn't actually see it because it was too far gone. So that was my strike for the daily, and you see that I could have just taken and collected on that all day, but I had good profit. It was a deep in the money contract, so I didn't fully want to sit there and wait all day. I wanted to free up some capital so that because I practice proper risk management. I don't necessarily want to keep opening trades with already existing trades just sitting there collecting an extra 3 4 points, whatever the dead money had been. Um, on 79.35, that was still up here in this supply zone. So let's dump in 79.35. Oh, it's down below. Okay, right there. So that was where my other strike was, 79.35, and that one was supposed to be true by, I want to say it was 11. So at this time right here, let's drop down to our 15. So at 11 o'clock, needed to be under this. Now I took profit, you know, early on into my trade. I didn't want to sit around and wait for this thing to keep diving. Once it hit the supply zone, you can see then it barely peeks its head in again, and then from there on out, it's down. So that's where that's why I took those trades. One was just to be safe for the day, and one was in anticipation of a move down to, you see it breached right into this other demand zone right here. So yeah, that was a good magnet for it, and I knew that it wanted to move down. So that's the first trade. The second trade I took was let's move over to Thinkorswim here. It was a trade on the ES, kind of close towards like a 230 time frame. I think I took it right around 230 or maybe a little after. Um, but I got short. So this is a 4 hour chart. So you can see that I've got a couple of levels plotted from a while back. Let me fix my zoom. I can remember how. Okay, so I've got a couple of levels plotted from a while back. You can see here. I think even further back, which I can't go. Um, can't go any further back than that, but you can see that I have my zones plotted here. And when I zoom in, I've also got, let's drop our time frame down again. Apologize, I'm on a small screen right now, so it's really difficult to see, and that's why I sometimes prefer trading view. So you can see that I've got that was poorly drawn, right from the inception of this up move here to the top, where it gives kind of like a little triple top. Not even, more of a quick double top, and then it starts its move down. That's where I drew my fibs, and so let's just keep in mind where this 50 retracement is, right? So look, it's matching up with one of my supplies or one of my support lines here. So let's get rid of our fibs just so that we can clean the chart up a little bit, because it's really a little busy right now. Why can't I figure out how to remove this drawing? There it is. Sorry, long day. So keep in mind that our fib levels, our 50 retracement was right around, and it was the reason for my entry. So right here, that was my 50 Fibonacci retracement. Came down and touched here perfectly. It touched to the tick on this support level that I had from a while back. And if we zoom out, I think my strike was 2047. So let's just take this bottom. I'm not going to redraw it. 2047. I don't need to draw an additional one in. I'll just change the color. 2047 exact by the end of day. We want some form of a red. So that was my strike. And you can see that even on when I zoom in and I see where this ended up, I can't see my strike. It's down, it's down past where it's visible on a pretty zoomed in chart. So stochastic was overbought, 50 Fibonacci retracement, a good level of support, and you can see that from there just bounced right off. It was right around a great reversal time. There are a bunch of people, Cam White, Sean Jantz, they all point out, market movements, and Cam posted a great article a while ago about why 230 is the best time, or one of the most important times of the day. I know Sean's got a lot of videos that cover, or a lot of like a day-to-day market walkthrough of how everything works in the indices. So 230 is a great time to be looking for reversals. See, this was right at 245 that it took off here. So my strike was down here, 2047, and from there it just rose. And that one, TP2, that one was $515 to end the day. So I actually let that one expire. I withstood a little bit of heat here. I think because the time decay had taken its toll. I really only dropped down. My strike was never threatened, and I was never negative. I was actually, after it got to this point, the lowest I ever got was like plus 300. So that was, a great trade, and I was comfortable holding that strike because it was so low and there's so much in my favor. You can see that I had to go through this level, this level, this level, and it would have also had the Fibonacci's, and you can see a 200 moving average. So there was a lot in my favor for me to feel comfortable holding that. So that was about mid 600s, I think, for low 600s to close out the day. Um, so overall, great day. Those are a couple of the trades that I took today. Just wanted to explain a bit about why.